starts now.
Welcome into First Alert Weather Extra as we continue tracking storms around the state of Alabama. It has been a very stormy day out there, and it's amazing just how quickly, a lot of times this summer we often talk about it's a benign type of weather pattern, hot, humid, kind of stagnant. However, the weather can change fast in the summer, or at least in this time of the year. It's very summer-like. We had the heat, the humidity, hardly a drop of rain on radar at 11 o'clock. 2 hours later, we've got severe storms, 2-3 inches of rain on the ground in the Hoover area. It's just amazing as things blow up on these hot, humid days, but the conditions in the atmosphere have to be just right for that to happen. That's why some days is just so hot and humid and not a drop of rain. But let's take you over to radar right now and show you what we are tracking. This is going to be one of those evenings where there's still going to be some rain out there. It doesn't completely go away tonight, so be planning for that possibility of showers and storms late into tonight. The next wave that's moving through the area, it really intensified here across northwest areas because this part of the coverage area, we haven't seen much rain all day. Areas north and west, and it's interesting because this is where it all started yesterday, and these are the last areas to see the rain for today. But the storms, they have weakened quite a bit. You can see this line here. That is the rain-cooled air, the outflow, and you're probably seeing some very ominous-looking clouds with this as that leads out ahead of the storms. But if these storms do hold together, there's a chance that this wet weather could reach the Birmingham area. We're timing it out on forecast radar. It looked like between 7:15 and 7:30. So just letting you know, especially North Birmingham, if you're watching around Gardendale and the Fultondale areas, you see meteorologist Lauren Linehan's plotting this next 60 minutes through 7:30, and you see those storms and some of this rain holding together. So the next batch of wet weather, and not only for Birmingham, we were checking out the view from Nectar right there in Blount County, and you can see those storms will be crossing Aniana, and right there at Straight Mountain, looks like 7:01. Impacting places like Inslee and Sylvan Springs, Concord, Pleasant Grove, Hueytown, and this may reach us in Bessemer as well by 7:30. Someone was asking me on Facebook, what about Pelham? It looked like maybe if this does hold together, perhaps Alabaster, Pelham areas closer to 8 o'clock tonight. But also some of this reaching us around Tuscaloosa. There's a little wave of rain. You can see right in here we've had some light rain impacting the drive on Interstate 59 between the Foster's exit right there and Utah. This is tracking to the east, so South Tuscaloosa County, we're going to get some rain from this, and then we have the storms moving in from the north. That's now approaching the northern shore of Lake Tuscaloosa. So Samantha, North River areas, you need to be inside as these storms approach from the north. My main concern right now is the lightning, and that's been a big story all day long with these storms impacting the area. But this is the latest wave that's going to be moving south. Lauren's putting some times on there, and you can see Skelton Bend Estates, Wyndham Springs. That's all these areas out here along Highway 69, Highway 43. If you're watching me around Carroll's Creek, that's another area. Larry Road, Larry Lake Road areas. Be ready for that possibility of some heavy rain. Non-severe storms at the moment. Lauren zoomed in. Here's southern Walker County. Looks like maybe some small hail out here around the old Gorgas plant location, power plant location. You can see that's close to Pumpkin Center there in southern Walker County. West Jefferson and Quinton and Flat Top Road areas back in here, some heavy rainfall. This is all moving into Jefferson County, and I expect this to weaken some because we've really cooled off areas further south. Temperature at last check was around 75 out at the Birmingham Shuttlesworth International Airport. And again, storms now, Blountsville, moving across Coleman County. You probably noticed that gust of wind there, that big drop in temperatures here to the north where it's been a little bit hotter. That's now moving into northern Blount County, so be ready for more breezy conditions. Notice upstream, there's some rain back in here over Mississippi, and again, some of this may transition across the state later on tonight. Well, if it holds together, there's the latest view. Not seeing a whole lot there from the latest scan. Let's see, are we looking at composite, Lauren? So the live scan, we're not seeing a whole lot. Actually, I think the Columbus site, I think we're having some issues with Columbus radar, so the composite's picking up on some of that. So the composite radar, I believe Columbus radar is down. You can see the composite, which is using some radars around the region. We can pick up on some more of that activity that's moving in from the northwest. So that's what we're tracking right now. We're going to talk a lot more about the wet weather. Lauren's coming up. We're going to have the 7-day forecast go beyond the 7-day, and also ahead on Weather Extra. Possibility of a little bit of a break break in the mugginess going into next week. We've got the Gulf Coast fishing season, a fun story with Fred Hunter. That's coming up as well. And interesting, a video that's getting a lot of attention out there of a dust devil, the old Ekman spiral. You remember that one, Lauren? Yeah, we'll explain all about the dust devils as we continue right here on Weather Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Good Day, Alabama.
A new morning comes with preparing right, because while you slept, news broke.
We have new information from that breaking news that happened this morning.
While you head out, the storm we gave you the first alert for is on its way in. And as the key turns the ignition, your shorter route to work is being found.
Avoid 459 southbound completely because of a crash.
A new morning means everything you need for a good day is on Good Day, Alabama, always on your side.
The first alert traffic you need to get you there safe and on time. Tomorrow morning, everything you need for a good day is on Good Day, Alabama.
You're late, out the door, and on the go. Don't worry.
Good Day, Alabama continues all morning long.
And wherever you watch, this is what you need to know right now.
More reporters on the streets with more hours of news when you need it. Everything you need for a good day is on Good Day, Alabama. Knowing first is everything. First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Well, as Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt was just saying, more rain and storms to impact your evening plans. And it's certainly been a rainy past couple of days for many of us, with these heavy downpours causing flash flooding across parts of our area, including in Hoover. That actually stranded a driver this afternoon. Our Janice Rogers was near River Chase Village on Highway 31 when she noticed a young woman's car got stuck in rising rainwater. This happened around 1:30 p.m. Savannah Norsworthy told Janice she was on her way home from work at Publix when she was surprised by flash flooding on Highway 31.
The traffic was really backed up back here, and I knew it was raining, but I'm coming from Helena and it wasn't storming there, so I had no idea it was this bad over here. But I was just trying to turn off of the road and the car got flooded.
So it just stopped on you?
Yeah, I almost was able to make it, but
You just couldn't tell how deep the water was, right?
Right.
That's why we always say, hey, if you can't gauge how deep that water is, turn around, don't drown. Always best to play it safe. And we have had plenty of storms around. We've actually been getting some pretty cool photos in on that First Alert Weather app. We check in now with meteorologist Matt Daniel and Mickey Ferguson, who shows us some of those photos.
So, Mickey, yesterday, one of the hottest days so far of the year.
I believe it was the hottest day, and we got near record territory from like the 1800s.
1899. Remember those days?
I believe. Hey. Yeah, we did get pretty darn warm and steamy, but we didn't quite tie the record. 93 degrees what we reached. The record was 94 degrees, but that's not a record I really want to tie.
I mean, but to be fair, if you're going to hit 93, you might as well just tie the record,
I know,
right?
well,
but we didn't. 93 in Tuscaloosa, the record was 95. And it's a little bit cooler, 88. Cooler. It's still pretty warm.
Yeah,
94 was the record. Of course, with the heat and the humidity, you get thunderstorms.
And we got Michael Winston. We had several submissions to our First Alert Weather app. That you scroll down to the bottom, you can see where to submit pictures. Michael Winston did that, and that's a shot from Holly Pond, Alabama, up there by Coleman.
That's a shelf cloud. That's advancing. You'll see that's the leading edge of the storm. When you see that, that usually means wind followed by some pretty heavy rain. Here's another image from Scott Turner. This is actually a video showing some of those storms developing in the Birmingham area. Some spots stayed dry. I was one of those. It was you heard the thunder. It was a little windy, but the rain was literally a mile away.
South of Birmingham, it is a gully washer for some of those folks. It
was. So thank you, Scott, for sending in that video. Here's another one.
Another shelf cloud from Destiny Martin from Chelsea, Alabama. You know, atop those shelf clouds, they have those book clouds.
Okay, is that how it works?
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks for the education. We're looking at those weather apps submitted. We're just making jokes. Zachary Kelly showing this image of those dark clouds in the distance as well. This is out of the Hackleburg area. So thank you so much for sending these photos. And here's one more shelf cloud. This is pretty impressive.
From Lori. She's kind of like Cher or Madonna. She just has one name. Lori submitted this in from Calera, so thank you, Lori.
So you got the shelf clouds advancing, and that means you get the rain. So let's show you some of the estimated rainfall across the area. And there's obviously spots that didn't see a lot of rain. If you were south and west of Birmingham, like Tuscaloosa, didn't see that much rainfall yesterday. But look at towards the Coleman area, about a half of an inch in some spots, up to an inch of rainfall. Jasper picking up almost 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. Northern Jefferson County. In fact, look at West Jefferson County, not a lot of rain there, but just south and east of Birmingham, downtown and around Hoover. Yeah,
that's a lot. 2 inches of rain in a short period of time.
Yep.
And we had some flooding video on some of our newscasts as well from that.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to show you some of that very shortly. So that's some of the rainfall from yesterday, and guess what? We have a chance for that, of course, today and going into tomorrow. So right now, haven't seen a lot at the airport in Birmingham, only a 1/4 of an inch of rain so far for the month, but look at Anniston.
Wow.
It's been pretty wet there.
Sure has. So a lot of places still moisture starved and still using their sprinklers, but they weren't having to use them in Mountain Brook yesterday. You swam up to the patio to sit on a chair there.
Not sure if I want a river through the patio furniture.
The river runs through it.
But yeah, you can get a lot of heavy rain in a short period of time with the summertime pattern, you know, a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. So we have to watch that potential. And if you see flooding, of course, you want to never drive through it. That's pretty deep right there.
Yeah.
It's going up through the tires. So.
Sure it is. Now, if you want to submit pictures, you just scroll down to the bottom of our First Alert weather app, pretty close to the bottom anyway, and it says submit photos, and I'm pretty sure that's where you submit them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And when you do that, make sure you put your name, the location, because we want to give you that credit as well.
Even if your name's just Lori.
And Lori's a good name.
Yeah, I like Lori.
Yes. So we're talking about seeing those photos. We'd love to share it here on Extra and, of course, on television.
Toodles.
Thanks for that, Matt and Mickey. Well, now we take a trip down to the Gulf Coast. Scott Bannon is director of the Saltwater Fishing Marine Resources Division for the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. A big part of his job is helping ensure a healthy environment for the marine life in the Gulf of Mexico. Mr. Absolutely Alabama himself, aka meteorologist Fred Hunter, talked with Scott about his efforts his department and other partners have had on improving the conditions in the offshore waters of Mobile and Baldwin counties and how the weather affects everything, including fishing season.
Welcome to a very special edition, a very special guest on Weather Extra. We've got Scott Bannon, Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. And Scott, I'm going to let you tell everybody your official title because you're product specific down there on our great Gulf Coast. Tell us your whole title.
Sure. So I'm Scott Bannon, and I'm the director of the Marine Resources Division of the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. So it's a lot on a business card.
I understand. But that means that if there's anyone who knows about fishing and the health of our overall population down there in the Gulf Coast, that's something that you monitor every single day. Tell us just generally what your department specifically does there on the Gulf Coast and about the overall health of our marine life.
Sure. The Marine Resources Division is responsible for the commercial and recreational saltwater fishing for the state of Alabama. So we're only in the 2 counties that border the Gulf of Mexico, and that's Mobile and Baldwin. We have 19 enforcement officers, and then the balance of our staff is a biological staff. So they do all the research and the development and help me make management decisions for the state of Alabama. So we also have we touch on federal rules and state rules because we participate in the Gulf of Mexico Fisheries Management Council to make recommendations to the federal government on rules. So right now in Alabama, for the saltwater fishing area, things are going pretty well. We have a great staff, and we've made, I think, some very good decisions over the last few years to make sure that we're providing lots of access to the anglers of Alabama. And it also provides access to anglers across the country. Alabama is a destination fishing location, and we're very proud of that. So we take it very seriously. Saltwater fishing in Alabama is a passion of mine to make sure that we're doing the right things. And my staff is the same way. So at the end of the day, the fishing is good in South Alabama.
I know one of the things that you guys have done, going, I guess, all the way back to Ivan, to enhance and be kind of the forefront, at the forefront of artificial reefs. And you took a lot of the things that Ivan left behind and were able to make something good out of it. And talk about the artificial reef program and how that's enhanced the saltwater fishing off the shore of Mobile and Baldwin County.
So the folk way before me had some foresight to help develop what is arguably the world's largest and best managed, I promise you it's the best managed, artificial reef zone. And so off the coast of Alabama, we have 1,200 square miles of permitted artificial reef zone. That means that we are allowed by the Corps of Engineers to deploy material in that area that helps enhance not just the opportunity to fish, but it enhances the entire ecosystem. It develops habitat. So our goal is that we create an opportunity for a fish from the egg all the way to its old age, that we are providing an area for it to thrive. And it's proved very beneficial because Alabama is the red snapper fishing capital of the Gulf Coast. So we're a destination for that. We feel very strongly that Alabama's efforts have helped rebuild the red snapper fishing population across the Gulf of Mexico because of some of the efforts here. And we partner with lots of different people: Alabama Power, Alabama Wildlife Federation, Alabama Coastal Conservation Association, the Charter Fishing Association, commercial fishermen, to help deploy material out there. This is not a garbage dump. It's very specific. There are requirements for that material to be deployed out there, but it gives an opportunity for somebody like Alabama Power to put a large boiler. Otherwise, it would go to a landfill. It makes incredible habitat, and they help cover the cost of that. And then we provide the coordinates so that anglers can go out there and do that. And then we use the University of South Alabama and Dr. Sean Powers to do an annual estimate of the population out there. So we make good management decisions on the health of that reef zone. And as we're looking even across the Gulf of Mexico, we use Dr. Powers' data to support our decisions here in Alabama. So we have, it doesn't get any better. We have a small coastline, but the amount of fish per mile is double the other states.
And Scott, I know you mentioned red snapper season, and I do want to talk about that because a lot of folks, to them, coming to the Gulf Coast means red snapper. But fishing is a year-round proposition there. I know it peaks in the summer, but you and I discussed flounder. Apparently, the flounder are flourishing down off the coast of Mobile and Baldwin County.
So using my non-scientific barometer that I call social media, you don't take pictures of what you don't catch. And so we've seen amazing pictures. We get reports from anglers that they're seeing flounder in numbers that they've never seen before. We're actually going to do a stock assessment this year to see what those flounder populations look like. We do a stock enhancement program at the Claude Petit Mariculture Center over in Gulf Shores, where we stock flounder into the system. And so we made some management changes in 2019 where we adjusted the bag limit and size limits. And I think we're seeing the benefits of that. So again, we have great staff. We have great people that understand when we make management decisions and we make these changes, it is for their benefit and the longevity of the fishery. So the public has been great at compliance, and that's always a big thing to us. So I think the flounder population is making its way back. And some of it could be environmental. You know, they're very sensitive to temperature and different things. So we do think that some of the changes are environmental, but some of it is because of the management decisions we've made.
And finally, I know we're a little while away, but red snapper season is always a big season, and a lot of folks look forward to red snapper season every year and kind of plan their trips to the Gulf Coast based on that. I know that it's somewhat variable, but can you give us kind of a preview of coming attractions for red snapper season?
Yeah, red snapper season will open the weekend of Memorial Day. So it's going to be the Friday of Memorial Day weekend, the end of this month. So go ahead and plan your holiday. Come down. We're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of each week with a 2-fish limit, 16-inch minimum length. You have to have a saltwater fishing license, a Gulf Reef Fish endorsement, which is $10. There's a few other things. You got to report through the Snapper Check program. It's the way we account for the harvest of those fish, and that's how we manage the season. So we will run those 4-day weekends until the quota is met. And this year, we've actually made some decisions that if we are not reaching the quota at the level as fast as we think we should, we may make some changes to allow anglers more opportunity. But it's very weather dependent. Last year, Memorial Day weekend, the weather was extremely challenging down here, and I encouraged people, do not go fishing if it exceeds your ability or your vessel's ability. Play it safe. It's a quota. If you don't catch them this weekend, they'll be there next weekend. And people did that, and I think that's a good decision on their part. Don't panic. We have fish available. You're going to get your opportunity, so please go when it's safe and it works well for you.
And as I was talking to someone else down there of common acquaintance, she was talking with me about flounder and said the main thing she knows about flounder is they're good to eat. And with that in mind, I brought my Alabama Gulf seafood cap and my pin that your boss, Chris Blankenship, was nice enough to give me at the Alabama Seafood Cook-Off last year. So I'm looking forward to our next trip to the Gulf Coast, Scott. Thank you so much.
No problem. And I see those hats all over the country. So he made a good decision investing in those. So you look good in it.
It's been a great, successful program for the fishermen there in Gulf Shores. All right, Scott Madden, thank you so much for joining us with an update on what's going on the great Gulf Coast.
Thanks for that, Fred and Scott. And man, I want to pull my hat out now. If flounder season is underway, and actually per NOAA this afternoon, the season for federally permitted for-hire reef fish vessels will open at 12:01 a.m. local time on June 1st and will close at 12:01 a.m. local time on August 25th. I don't know about y'all, excited about summer, but especially excited about the seafood. We'll be right back.
West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling easy and more affordable for everyone. Hey everybody, I'm joined by Kirsten Page from West Shore to find out exactly how they're making that happen. Kirsten.
So Joe, we've been able to give homeowners, over 165,000 of them, the shower and bath of their dreams by making it a fast, easy, and convenient experience. But now we're making it even more affordable to start your project without breaking the bank.
Now Kirsten, when someone starts a remodeling project, costs can be a real concern. So how are you making it more affordable to start that project right now?
So instead of me telling you, why don't I show you? This homeowner was having some problems with their old shower. They called us, we stopped out, and we completely removed the old bathtub and replaced it with a walk-in shower in just one day. The best part? We can do a job like this for as low as $99 a month.
$99 a month, that's incredible.
It really is. We understand that budgets can be a little tighter this time of the year, so we want to make it easier for folks to get their projects started right now. So let's go ahead and look at another project we recently did. This homeowner was so excited to get rid of their old bathtub because they were getting an easy, low-step shower. You can see here we took out that old bathtub and removed everything down to the studs. Then we installed new walls and fixtures. By dinner time, this homeowner had their brand new shower, and the best part, they didn't need to worry about paying for their entire project up front. They were able to break it down into low monthly payments.
That project looks amazing, and the low monthly payments is going to make getting that project started so much easier. Kirsten, thanks so much. Folks, West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling fast and convenient, and you heard Kirsten, now they're making it more affordable too with their easy, low monthly payments. Call the number on your screen right now to start your project, and when you do, take advantage of this great offer. Call in now to get your new shower for as little as $99 a month. On top of that, they're doing free installation on all shower and bath projects. Don't delay. Call the experts at West Shore Home now.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Before we wrap up this evening, we wanted to show you this video that looks like something from a movie. Just a scary scene at a youth baseball game over the weekend. A 7-year-old catcher was caught up in the short-lived dust devil in Jacksonville, Florida. Sand and debris spiraled around Bauer Zoya for a few seconds before the umpire rescued him. The dust didn't stop Zoya from playing. His dad poured water on him to get the dirt out out of his eyes and he went back to the game. Oh, that's just terrifying. I'm so glad he was okay, and we all need an umpire like that to look out for us. But let's get one final look at that super 7-day forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. We still expect some unsettled weather around, and it's going to be a touch cooler with temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s. Morning's still going to be mild, but with that rain cold air in place, that'll help to cool things off a bit. So scattered showers and storms possible on Wednesday and Thursday. Rain coverage looks a touch lower on Friday and a touch cooler before we see another chance of scattered showers and storms on Saturday. Right now it looks like we should be drying out Saturday evening. Before Sunday looks like possibly our nicest day in the 7-day forecast, and we should be more seasonable next week. Still going to keep a chance of isolated storms around, but check back in with Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt tonight. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Have a safe and happy, what day is it? It's Tuesday evening.